Greetings, everybody. It's Jim. I've been playing a lot of quicker games as of late, and what I like about a lot of quicker games, I mean, I personally have a personal rule when it comes to my gaming is if it's 3 or more players, it has to be done in under 45 minutes because I just don't have the time to play big epic games like Twilight Imperium or want to put through the effort to have the learning curve and then forget it all a year later when I break it out again, And I've been finding out that a lot of little games have a lot to offer, and they just break down, the basics of what you really want. For instance, if I want an intrigue game with diplomacy, I'll play Coup. If I want a nice tactical game and I'm in the mood for it but don't have the time to play a 4-hour war game, I'll gladly play Steve Jackson's Melee. There's just so many games like that. But then the game I'm going to talk to you about today is a game that is actually very unintuitive of how good it is. As a matter of fact, some people panic for being too luck-based, but that's the exact point of the game. But it's how you adapt to luck is the thing. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about why you should be playing Dragon Parade from Z-Man Games. So when it comes to board games, luck gets a bad rep, right? People like to feel like they're in control of their strategy and not have it wiped off the face of the earth by some arbitrary force, right? And the more luck that's involved in the game, people feel that way. But the thing is, and especially people who are mathy, the people who love math and can figure things out, and you can see their minds moving as they're looking at the field. When the more information that's there, and I talked about this in my Psychology of Dice video, the more information that they can see, they're analyzing it even more. But this is why this game would be so excellent for them, because it's that same mathy skill that's going to come into play. The only difference is they're working off of, in Dragon Parade, they're going to be working off of imperfect information rather than perfect information. So the things that they don't like, that don't make them feel comfortable, is the exact reason why they should be playing this game. Let's take a look at the board. So here we have the map board, and as you can see, it's Chinese New Year. And the idea of a Chinese New Year is a perfect theme for this game because in Chinese culture, luck and gambling are a big thing. So that wasn't lost on the author Reiner Knizia, if that's how you say his name correctly. So beautiful choice for the theme of the game because there is a good amount of luck involved. So we have a red side and a yellow side, all numbered 1 to 19, leading up to respective gates. At the end of 19, where the 20 would be, like a red gate and a yellow gate. And there's 36 cards in the game, 18 red, 18 yellow, and they are numbered 1 to 9. They are shuffled and given to each player. We're going to play with 3 players here. We got the yellow, the white, the yellow, and the green. And basically what's going to happen here is everybody gets 6 cards, and they start playing a card. Let's say the white player would play a red 5. Well, Dragon would just move 5 towards the red gate. The yellow player would play a red 2, move towards the red gate 2 more. The green player plays a yellow 9. And that means it would go from the 7 all the way to the 2 over here. The castle doesn't count as a space. It just goes right on over. So basically, that would be the end of a round because all the players have played a card. So at this point, everybody would play a merchant, one of their merchants down, and you try to guess where the dragon's going to land at the end of everything as it's all said and done. So everybody plays one. They kind of use their best effort, speculation, and they pay attention to what everybody else is doing, and that comes to be important later on. And so then another round starts. So after it's all said and done, now you can play some merchant, by the way. Another round happens where basically everybody plays another set of cards, and then everybody plays a merchant. That happens until 3 merchants are laid down. And you can play some merchant anywhere, even next to another person. The only thing you can't do is fill a gap. So if there's one, fill a gap of 1. You can fill a gap of 2, but not fill a gap of 1. Like this 4 right here where the green and this white is, you cannot fill that gap. And that's actually important. There's some strategies involved there. But you can make a chain as long as you want. And as long as there's 2 spaces between people, you can place your figures wherever you want them to be. All right, so everybody, let's say it's 3 rounds happen, and this is what the map board looks like. And then the dragon lands, and the dragon lands right here, wham, right on the green. So what happens there? Well, then you score, okay? Basically, where the dragon lands is going to be 5 points to that player's that owns that pawn. So basically, the green player would get 5 points. Everybody involved in the chain, that means everybody adjacent to them and along the chain of it, would also get 3 points. So this green pawn would also earn the green player 3 more points. And then the white player would get 3 points for this one. And then these other 3 pawns that are not even on the chain, but are at least on the yellow side, would get 1 point. Everybody here on the red side would get nada, nothing, zilch. All right, so that's how that scoring works. Now, let's say the dragon doesn't land on anybody. What happens then? Well, the chains to the left and to the right of the dragon all score 3 points. So again, everybody here would score 3 points. You know, the yellow and the green. I mean, the white and the green. And this chain would score. This chain of 1 would score 3 points. And of course, this yellow would score at least 1, and this green would score at least 1, and the reds again would end up with nothing. All right, and that's a very important part of the game. There is finding out where the chains are and reacting to how everybody's placing their stuff, and especially after the first round or two. So basically, after scoring happens, you start up again, you shuffle the cards and deal out the cards again, and just play another round. Starting with the player to the left. Now, I can't blame anybody for saying Dragon Parade's a completely luck-based game. After all, there is only 3 to 5 turns in a complete game, and it seems like anybody can win, and they definitely get their fair share. However, if you played this game 100 times, the wins would not be distributed equally. I don't believe that at all. I believe there would be people that would rise to the cream of the crop of the game, and if they moved to another gaming group, they'd rise there too. Okay? This is one of those best of 7 games, where you might win the game, but you really want to find out who the champion is. You got to play more than once or twice, like I think a lot of these reviewers have on Board Game Geek. Okay? It's just one of those games you got to play a few times to see who the true champion is. And now add to the fact that this is a great family game, by the way. I mean, you can play it with adults and have fun, but I mean, the fact that your kids can crack it open and play is an added bonus. Now, to find the game, Z-Man doesn't make it right now. It didn't get great reviews. I mean, I think it's a gem, quite honestly. I don't care what the reviewers say, because I guarantee you they've probably only played it once or twice, made the knee-jerk reaction, say it's all luck-based, and tossed it in the bin. But the good thing about this is you could probably find it for cheap, or at least trade for it very easily. It just depends on your luck, I suppose. I'll see you next video.